What's up, everybody? Luciferian here, and welcome to another one of my rants on where I believe the state of the game is currently. This video, we're going to be discussing generators, pallets on the map, the time it takes to actually win chases as a killer, and gen speeds without toolboxes, with toolboxes, map design, and basically where I think the state of the game is with how high speed it is. So, first, we're going to start with the generators on the map. There's 7 generators on every single map. 5 of them need to be completed. This is typically why you hear after 4 gens get completed that survivors are 3 gen and that the killer is controlling those 3 gens. 5 of those 7 generators need to be completed, and generators are typically incredibly quick. It takes 80 seconds to repair a generator all by yourself, and it takes 44 seconds if 2 survivors are on it. With each consecutive survivor and or toolboxes, that speed is going to go by even quicker. Now, one of the biggest things I want to discuss is kind of where the mindset of Dead by Daylight players are sitting, especially with the ruin change that we had most recently. I know a lot of killers out there, people who are playing killer, are saying, hey, the games are going by too quickly. And you have, a group of people who are also saying, well, just get good. I don't think getting good is the answer, to be perfectly honest. I don't think there is, the ability to just get good with the speed of the games if survivors play properly. Don't get me wrong, a lot of survivors are going to throw games massively. If you've ever seen me play, you will watch me yell at survivors being stupid, whether I'm killer or survivor. A lot of survivors are going to lose the game for themselves. However, if they're just not an idiot, like, you don't even need to be a good survivor, you just need to not be stupid, you should win every single game. And I don't mean, every single person escapes. I mean, the survivors should finish all 5 generators, open the exit gate, and 2 or 3 of them should get out every single game, just based upon how quickly the game moves and if it's even physically possible for a killer to put out the amount of map pressure that is necessary to win every single game. Now, I'm not arguing that killers should be able to win every single game. I'm just arguing that, there should be more skill to the survivor side. And if you've watched me play Survivor, especially Survivor with friends, we can typically end a game within 3 minutes and be teabagging in the exit gate after only 1 hook the entire game. So, first, I want to discuss when a match just starts. The killer has to go looking for a survivor. Now, typically you start in one corner of the map and you start walking toward the other corner, and you'll typically find somebody pretty quick unless they're super immersed. But, most survivors are out running off to find a generator or just running to do anything, leaving scratch marks behind. You can find one within 10 seconds pretty easily. So if you find a survivor within 10 seconds, here's typically how it should play out, even if it's a bad survivor. You can hit them. Now, once you hit a survivor, you go into your weapon cleaning animation and then go chasing back after them. If that survivor is not completely incompetent and he just presses W in a single direction, it should take 20 seconds for you to catch a survivor. If that survivor is camping a pallet, I don't mean looping, I don't mean vaulting anything, I don't mean this person is looping God window or anything like that. If he's camping, the closest pallet and it's a safe pallet, and he just throws it down, it takes 2.6 seconds to break a pallet as a killer when you're not using something like brutal strength. Now, survivors move at 4 meters a second. A 115% movement killer moves at 4.6 meters a second. That means if they're continuing to press W and you start pressing W after them, you need to make up 10.4 meters worth of ground, which is 17.3 seconds. 17.3 seconds plus the 2.6 it took to break the pallet, that's another 20 seconds. So you're now looking at the 10 seconds to find them, the 20 seconds that he got from just the speed boost when he got hit, and a 20 seconds for breaking a pallet. If he throws a second pallet that's safe, that is, you can't mind game that as a killer, add another 20 seconds into that. Let's say you down him after that second pallet. Only 2 pallets. This is no looping, no vaulting, no anything. This man just pressed W and threw a pallet. That's 70 seconds. You're going to go into another cleaning animation. You have him down. You need to pick him up, throw him on a hook. You have about 80 seconds worth of time. A generator repairing, with only one survivor repairing that generator, requires 80 charges, 1 charge per second. That's 80 seconds to fix a generator. That is that one survivor not looping at all, just camping pallets, no vaulting windows. This guy is not a god looper. He literally only camped 2 of the 15 pallets on the map, and if one survivor is repairing a generator, all 3 of those survivors are repairing separate generators, 3 generators get done. That's 60% of the total goal for survivors to open that gate and escape. Now, at that point, the killer is put in a position where he needs to decide how he's going to play the game. If, of those 3 survivors, one's going to go for the unhook. The other 2 are going to go jump on generators. That killer needs to try and, put some pressure somewhere. How are you going to apply that pressure? You are either going to go push somebody off a generator. You need to try and intercept that survivor going for the unhook. But either way, within those other 3 survivors that are not on the hook, you need to apply enough pressure to where those 2 generators left aren't finished in another 80 seconds. And for a lot of killers, you have to understand that they just simply don't have that kind of pressure. They don't have the map speed. They don't have the travel speed of like a hillbilly or a nurse or a spirit, anything like that. They just press W, when they're coming, and you just have to run away. So overall, it only takes about 160 seconds to end a game. There's going to be some travel between generators. I popped the generator. Now I need to walk 10 seconds or run 10 seconds to go find another one and work on it. But you're looking at about 160 seconds worth of objective time to end the game. And this is assuming that, multiple survivors don't jump on generators or that they don't have a toolbox. Any amount of toolboxes lowers this tremendously. Now, here's where we're going to discuss toolboxes, because these things can end games incredibly quick, especially if you have additional add-ons. But I'm just going to discuss the base speeds. So if one survivor is working just with a brown toolbox, it cuts 7.3 seconds off a generator. And if you're working with the purple toolbox, it can cut 16 seconds off a generator. That's a lot of time, considering that it only takes 160 seconds worth of actual objective time to end the game. That's 10% of the entire game was just sped up by, purple toolboxes. And this is before we even go into map design. So Ormond specifically is something that killers dislike based on how the map is designed. Each corner of the map is specifically further apart from one another, where the killer shack is and where one of the looping tiles that always holds a generator. It takes about 40 seconds to cross that entire map, even though Ormond is only the 8th biggest map in the game. So I don't think it's a simple matter of getting good. It currently is super survivor sided. It's incredibly quick. And I think that survivors should have more objectives, or at least something to where it required more than holding M1. Now, that's my thoughts, everyone. If you got anything else, leave it in the comments below. Give me your just get good.